I suppose I should start. Herb Stratford, KMSB Tucson, and nice to meet you guys.
Pleasure,
Likewise.
Herb.
So let me just start off by saying, did either one of you guys have any history in sort of the motorcycle world? It seemed like you slipped into that. You felt very comfortable.
I think we've both ridden bikes in our past. Edward and I share the same story. When we had our firstborn, we sold the motorcycles. We got rid of the motorcycles. Um, and that may have not been completely my decision, but I went with it, and it was a smart one. But I'll get on the back of a bike and take a scoot every now and again. I love motorcycles.
How about you, Edward?
Oh no, I appreciate them a lot, and I used to ride. I rode a lot, but I had to stop. I had my first son came, and then when my first son came, I quit smoking and riding motorcycles, and it made a big difference. And that's what this movie's about. This movie's about sacrifice, and it's about an incredible amount of understanding of your own personal life and who you are as a person, and how it affects those around you, and people's ability to help one another. And it's a love story, and it's a powerful love story. It's about friendship. We're all friends, but we've become familial. And Eric's character, my character, are like father and son. And then in walks Eric's character's real son, and it just makes it even more incredible. And the story just unfolds in a great way.
So let me ask you, since you brought it up, you guys have such a great sort of, it feels authentic, your relationship on screen. It feels like you've known each other for years. And do you know each other? Did you guys know each other before you started working?
We didn't, but Edward is very easy to be around. And I think we found that the dynamic between the three of us, KJ, myself, and Edward, was very easy. There was a stillness to it. There was a familiarity to it. And we gelled really well. It was just by happenstance that we got three personalities that seemed to have some really great synergetic kind of relationship with each other. And I think it translated, as you said, I think it translated into the picture.
It did. And, I think as important as any great cinematography is, and let me just say, some of that racing stuff was just, I've never seen bikes filmed like that in a movie. And I mean, you really felt, it
Yeah.
really sucked you into the screen, and some of the crazy riding, but without that sort of human story, it would just be a bunch of loud motorcycles. So I think that's the balancing act. Did you, Eric, did you get to ride at all? Did they let you ride? Or was the insurance no thank you?
Well, it was a little of both. I had to ride. I had to do some of the riding because they needed the takeoffs and the stops, and ride 100 yards down the track, and then we'll cut. And I would take certain liberties, but for the most part, I did what the insurance company would allow me to do, and I tried not to scare off too many of the stunt performers.
So you mentioned briefly, Edward, you mentioned sort of all the cast and that familiar sort of aspect. And it seemed like KJ and Maya were they really sort of rounded that cast out. It just felt very authentic and human. And how were they? How was that vibe on set, all of you guys together? Did you immediately bond?
Oh, it was, you have to. And the story is in front of you. You read the script before you get there, and you understand what the relationship is. And immediately you just jump on there. I mean, as soon as I walked in there, I was, working with Eric. I just turned around, and he was Dean, and and I was I was the old man, and Abel, and the humor. It gives it away. See, humor really is one thing to tell jokes, but it's another thing to be understanding of what happens to people, and the funniness and the humorousness of relationships. And it's fantastic. When I saw it, and I was very happy with the way the film carried itself and moved forward. It's not it's really good film. But it's different because of the motorcycle racing and because of the structure of how Kelly wrote it and directed it. So I think that our relationship, Eric and mine, was pretty real, and it felt incredibly well understood. I mean, I felt when I watched the movie as that these two guys had known each other for 30 years, and that's what the story's about. And you know, that happened off camera to get the feeling on camera. You have to understand it. You can't be distant off camera and then try to come across it. You know, then it becomes technical, and there's nothing wrong with technique, but it's really much stronger when it's soulful. Our fight scene is wonderful, and it's terribly real, and it was honest and painful, and you see it. And I was very grateful that you know, I was working with Eric, because he made it very. We didn't get that much time to. Everything was as fast as the bike riding was. That's how fast we were shooting. So.
Well, congratulations on the film, and honestly, I hope I see the two of you guys together on screen again, because I love the chemistry, and great work, guys. Thank you very much.
Thank you
That would
very
be
much.
amazing. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks. Good to meet you.
Adios, Herb.
Adios.